Welcome to the Firearms Insider Gun and Gear Review Podcast, episode 304. On this show, we showcase gun reviews, gear, and anything else a gun enthusiast may be looking for. We strive to evaluate products from an unbiased and honest perspective. In this show, we have a JL Billet handguard review, some discussion on Savage Minimalists, POF's P19, and Azimuths 22s. And I'm your host, Chad Wallace, and with me tonight are the normal guys, Rob, Tony, and Zane.
Normal?
Hey, I'm being nice. It's almost Christmas.
You're being charitable.
Yes. So, what'd you guys do in firearms?
Well,
Anyone?
since I was actually last week when y'all were recording, I was driving from North Carolina back to Florida because I spent Thanksgiving in North Carolina in the backwoods hunting and having a good time, eating lots of wild game and hanging with the family. Didn't get anything, but it's fun just to be in the woods to hang out and watch the wildlife and whatnot.
Gotcha.
And then over the weekend, I worked on 3 reviews, trying to get them all typed up and ready.
Wait. Did I hear that correctly?
3.
We have this recorded,
Yes, a backpack. Backpack, 2 holsters, and I know you want to do that psionics review, but I started typing some data in and putting some thoughts together on it because when we were in the woods, I had plenty of time to play with it at night.
Right.
And it's okay at night if there's good light. If there's no light, you better have an IR illuminator or something like that.
Yep. But yeah, that's what I found too. So
yeah,
I've been putting notes down on it too because I have it. I'm like, okay, this is coming up to where we need to do it. So.
And also too, I'm looking at doing a review. I'm putting some thoughts together on the Onyx Hunt app because I've been using that quite a bit, and that is really fun.
That is the most awesome app.
Yeah.
They gave me a copy of it for.
Yeah, well, I've been paying for the service ever since.
Yeah, and it really is an awesome app.
Yeah, if there was something I'd give a 10 to, it'd be that Onyx app.
It's awfully close. It does so much, and it's pretty cheap, really, for what it is.
It's like $99 a year, and you get the full. Not only that, but you can also load it to your to certain handheld GPS units.
Yes.
But anyways,
okay. Yeah. Yes, if you please do a review on it if you want.
Well, I want to. It's just a matter of I don't like the way I write. I think I write like a 2-year-old because I probably stopped writing when I was 2 years old.
Hey, I write like a 3-year-old, and nobody seems to complain too much.
But no, that's where I'm at. And over the weekend, I mounted 2 scopes to a 300 Win Mag and a scope to my 6.5 Creedmoor. I lowered that one, and both those scopes have the oh geez, I forgot the name of that. What's that one scope we reviewed a couple weeks ago? The first focal plane for 450. You know what I'm talking about, Chad?
I didn't.
Yeah, you can get my fat butt up.
You mean we talked about it, the Swamp Fox?
Yes, that one, the Swamp Fox. Yes.
Yeah. I just wanted you to get up, get some exercise.
Oh, kiss my keister. No.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that's another review I got to work on. But God, that is a really nice scope.
That's good to hear.
For $400, I mean, come on.
Awesome. Okay.
Anyways,
who else is next? That
I went and shot some B8s the other day because my buddy put out a challenge for B8s and under 20 seconds above a 90. Who could do it? And
what?
25.
Rifle, pistol,
25. I did not make it. Tried to shoot it cold. I shot my best one was like an 84, which is not very good for me. I was just not having a good day. So, yeah. Oh, well. And I'm working on a review finally. I'm finally decided to start doing it. Although, right as I started working on it, it's a belt. As soon as I started working on it, the company releases their brand new. Actually, don't even release it. He released it to like a few special people. And I'm like, well, I want that one now. So I may get one of those and just do one of each. So
yeah, whatever works for you.
So yeah, B8s at 25 with a pistol suck, but you should be doing them.
You know what might make them easier? Red dot.
Yeah. Well, my buddy. So I was messing with my buddy, calling him a cheater in one of the groups because he shoots with a red dot, which he shot a 99 in 18 seconds at 25. Listen, I don't care if you're using a red dot or iron. That's good. That's hard to do, right? And then I kept messing with him, calling him a cheater. And then people thought I was being serious, and they got mad at me. And I'm like, no, I'm just messing with him. I know the guy. Like, no, I know he's a good shot. I've been in classes with him before. But
cheater,
you don't shoot a 99 with a, and he's got a stock Glock barrel too. So I didn't even know they were even capable of shooting a 99. But apparently they are.
Yeah. 25 yards. I mean, even if it's a 3-inch, 3 MOA barrel, I mean, what is if it's 4, that's an inch at 25 yards. So
yeah. No, it's hard to do. I'm gonna go try it again this weekend.
Yeah, it's funny because firearms marketing got you to believe you need a match grade barrel to shoot at 25. Meanwhile, I shot Glock 45 at, what was that, 100? Yeah.
Well, no, so the Gen 5s are way more accurate than the Gen 4s or Gen 3s, without a doubt, because I can go from my 17 to my 19 with my 19's a Gen 5, and even though there's a bigger front side on my 19, my scores are consistently 3 or 4 points higher with it. Just the Gen 5 barrels are inherently more accurate. Now, I've shot the Gen 4 and a Gen 5 out to 100 yards. So you're right. I mean, you don't need to match grade barrel, but it helps.
I just find it funny because it's like, oh, my match grade barrel. I'm like, why don't you get up to par and get your marksmanship up? And I'm not talking about you specifically. I'm just talking about a lot of people that thinks they need that. I'm like, why don't you practice more? You know what I mean? Maybe take a class or something and then learn the basics. And that's including me. I mean, I do a basic class, or I go through the basics a couple times a year, man, just to make sure, because fundamentals are fundamentals, and it's like, calm down.
Well, that last class I did was almost all at 25 yards, and it was all marksman, and it was mentally taxing. But it's good for you every once in a while.
Look, the reason I do what I do is because we have a 15-yard minimum at range 14. So pretty much you're going to do 15 yards. And I put stuff at 25 just to, I think it started with just the reality thing of, the reality thing about being able to place shots in a place where they're effective center mass at 25 yards, like furthest distance in the house, kind of sort of the length of an aisle somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like it has real life connotations. You practice at that, and then you're not intimidated by it. And then I just shoot at 50 and 100 for the heck of it.
Yeah. So Tony, did you do anything?
We hosted the Second is for Everyone Diversity Shoot at Gun for Hire Range in Woodland Park. It was awesome, man. We had a bunch of people come through, new people come through. It was great. It was laid back. It was the last one of the year. And we just had a lot of shooting that got done. Some of the people were already from, had been to events. So that was really quick. And then we just introduced new people to Second Amendment groups, got them to shoot, had some pizza, had some prizes, and just had a bunch of fun. So that's what I did. I didn't shoot any guns at the thing, though, because I was just trying to make sure everything ran smoothly all over. So it's like, I don't know if anybody's been married, they don't really get to eat the food they paid all this money for at the wedding. Same kind of thing. Sometimes I don't get to pull triggers at diversity shoots. But that's what I did in guns. Oh, and I bought some really cool parts, and I got something going on, and I can't wait. Let's just say a lot of stuff is coming together. Thank you, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and 12 days of Christmas sales.
Awesome. Well, of course, I went and got a Christmas tree and wrote a review. That was the extent of what I did. And so now I can wrap my own presents and put them under the tree.
Okay, that should look great. Somebody had a meme. Someone had a meme, and it was like, how come dudes can build an AR and match everything up, but we can't figure out how to wrap a package that doesn't look like it's like got a kidnapped victim inside?
Right. Right. Yeah, I rap a little better than
I just let the Girl Scouts at the mall do it.
There you go. That works too. So now that we know that everybody else did stuff except for me, we'll get into the announcements. Tony's pointing at his hat. I don't know what he's doing. So, oh, it's his diversity shoot patch. I see. So we started a cult too because, hey, other people do it. We might as well. So you can go to gunandgearcult.com and pledge your money, support. I mean, as other people say, who can't afford $1 a month? So there's that. You can give more if you would like. Go check it out. Even if you don't pledge, just at least check it out for us. Our bandwidth sponsor is our buddies at Patriot Patch Co. And of course, Patch of the Month. He knows you when you're awake, not sleeping, awake. So this is the sticker. There's a patch.
People are listening to the podcast and you just showed something, right? It's a Santa Claus sticker. Santa coming through the window with nods on, a suppressed belt fed, and he's rappelling down the side of a building. Troy from God and Gun podcast was giving Ryan a hard time about it today, going, that's kind of creepy with Santa Claus coming through your window like that. And Ryan Cross, who does the art for Patriot Patch, went, hey, everybody doesn't have the chimney. Calm down. And it's cool.
Hey, I'm in Florida. I ain't never seen a chimney.
There you go. See, you're on Ryan's team.
I've never seen a chimney.
Okay.
Not in any house down here. Shoot, in South Florida, no way, Jose.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, thanks, Tony. I don't know what I'm doing today. I'm just going to show pictures of stuff and not...
Here, look at this.
Look at this.
Podcast.
And
I can see somebody picking up their phone, looking at it, going, crunch.
What else they have is they have Christmas ornament patches now. So they got like 9 of them, 6, 7. I don't know. It looks like 9.
A bunch.
Yes. They're basically patch of the month patches that they made into Christmas ornaments, and looks like they're like $10 a piece. So go check those out. It's kind of cool. I'm guessing they're vinyl, probably without the Velcro on the back. But they come with everything you need to hang it on your tree, hang it on your window, so that when Santa's coming through it, he gets hit in the head with it. And if you're shopping Amazon, please use our affiliate link at firearmsradio.tv/Amazon. And because Rob is here, Tony will not wreck the disclaimer today.
Wait a minute. I got to listen to last week's episode, I guess.
It wasn't bad.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the individual co-hosts and do not reflect the official policy or position of the Firearms Radio Network and or their employers. This is not legal advice, nor should it be considered or construed as such. Viewer discretion is advised. This is especially true on live shows. And now, to lead us off on a discussion of the JB Billet handguard, here's Chad.
Thanks, Rob.
You're welcome.
This is the review that I worked on this weekend. I've been, working on it for a little while. But as we said, it is an actual review. This is the JL Billet angled free float handguard. They do make a few that are not angled at the front. JL Billets, I've known of them for a while now. They've been making AR parts and they make a few others, but unlike most people, they make them from billets of metal as opposed to castings or, extrusions, stuff like that. And of course, I was in the need for a handguard, so I asked them. I talked to them, I think, in July at TriggerCon. I'd talked to them before, but they sent me their 7.3-inch angled M-LOK handguard for this pistol build that I am showing on the camera, but you guys have to go see it, but since it's a podcast. I like the design of the angled handguard. Pretty straightforward, front is angled rearward, at the top is longer than the bottom. It's got a pick rail all along the top. 3 full M-lock slots on the side and 2 full ones on the bottom. And then there's a tiny, tiny one at the bottom also. The 2 at the bottoms are really useless to me personally because of where the gas block sits. It sits too close to install the M-lock hardware. You know, they're not very big, but it's pretty close. The pictures kind of show it, and so it just kind of gets in the way. The side ones are fine. It's kind of any low pro gas block's kind of going to be similar, but if you're running a longer handguard, you're not going to have the problem as much as this particular one does. On the 40, basically the slots are sides and bottom. 45 degrees, there's triangle shaped lightning holes, and then there's some lightning slots under the pick rail to help out with that. JL Billet also puts in 2 quick QD sling attachment points on the rear of the handguard, one on each side. Basically the side closest to the receiver. They're not just drill a hole in the handguard and call it a QD mount, which they work fine, but these are the actual raised, machined in ones. The one thing I did like about it is if you put the QD in it, it does not rotate like 360 degrees. It locks in to whatever position, and then it just rotates. It just twists a little bit. It's kind of like a groove in there that it kind of sits in, but you can't spin it around. So it's more like a fixed sling point, but still gives you a little bit of flex if you're moving it. Construction's a little non-standard, like I said, because instead of using an extrusion, they machine it from a single piece of 6061 aluminum. It produces a really nice handguard, but of course it adds to the cost because you're A, wasting material, and B, more machine time. They do anodize it black. They will also sell it in the white or non-anodized if you would like. So if you're going to have it Cerakoted or something like that, where you would have to kind of strip the anodizing off, that way you don't have to do that. Installation's pretty straightforward for a handguard. The barrel nuts uses an 1 1/8 wrench. If you happen not to have one, they do sell one for $15 that attaches to your torque driver. The barrel nut is aluminum. It says you torque it down to 45 foot-pounds. It does not have to index any particular way, so it doesn't use shims or anything to that effect. The aluminum helps make the whole thing lighter. I didn't have any problems with it torquing it down or it coming loose or anything like that, so I figure it's just fine. Then you just slide the handguard on it, as you would guess. There is a little metal key that goes between the 2 screw clamps, and then there is a groove in the barrel nut, and what that does is it indexes it front to rear, not twisting like you would think. Just line up the rails, and then you tighten these 2 clamp screws to 90 inch-pounds. The handguard doesn't use any type of anti-rotational wings or timed barrel nuts like some of the others. The clamping force from the precision machined barrel nut and inside of the handguard are sufficient force. So you can use it on non-standard style like uppers, lowers, where they have some design where it may interfere if you have the little rotational wings. You know, like previously mentioned, it's on an AR pistol. I do like having the barrel free floated, and it's pretty much a standard these days, except on some really basic rifles. The angle on the front, I think, looks nice. You know, it's a short handguard, so flex of the handguard isn't a problem. You know, if it was a 15 or 17 inch handguard, it might be. It is 1.55 inches on the outside diameter. it's hard to measure outside diameter because it's got flats on it, so it's across the flats basically. It's a nice size for my hand, and I tend to like the handguards a little smaller anyway than some of the larger ones. Everything on the handguard worked well. I had zero problems with it, of course, as you would expect. Couldn't rotate it, all of that stuff. I think JL Billet did a good job with their handguard. I've also seen some of their other products. They look nice. So, if you need some AR parts, go check them out. Give them a look. So now we'll get into the Firearms Insider review. 8 key points. Claim to fame. That's pretty obvious. It's a free float M-Lock AR handguard. Target market, AR builders, somebody wanting to upgrade to an M-Lock free float handguard. Features and benefits pretty much we've covered them. Continuous top rail. It is 6061 aluminum. It is hard coat anodized. It does have the M-Lock slots, the 2 QD mounts. It does come with 2 5-slot M-Lock pick rails. So you can put them on, and if you need a pick rail. The inside diameter is 1.36 inches. It weighs 4.9 for the handguard only. It's approximately 8 ounces complete with the screws and the other stuff. And it is made in the USA. So the other options and finishes, of course, you can get a bunch of different lengths. Like this is the 7.3. They make like an 8. I think they make like a 9, a 10, like a 13, 15, 17. So they make a bunch of different lengths. There is a link to another review on the Firearm blog. I think theirs was a longer one. So the price point, MSRP is $154.95, and that's where, you kind of pay for what you're getting with the billet aluminum, but it's still in the price range of some other handguards, so it's not like it's way out of the range. It is a little bit cheaper if you buy it from Optics Planet. It's $148.46. Where they get this stuff, I don't know. So if you need it now, get it from JL Billet or Optics Planet. Our rating, the pros, it's M-Lock, which I prefer. I like the angled front. One of the reasons I like the angled front is because it has less chance of getting caught on stuff. Like a barricade or something. If not in my case, but in people's case, if they're moving past something and it hits, it tends to deflect off of it. There's no timing of the barrel nut. It does have the QD sockets, and it is billet machined. The cons, I'm not keen on the aluminum barrel nut, even though I have had zero problems with it. And the bottom M-Lock slots are useless for my build. I did give it a score of 8, which is great. It is very nice, minus the couple things that I mentioned. So if you guys have any questions, just throw them at me and I'll see what I can do.
I was just checking. I checked out their website and everything, and you said they have it in the white or pretty much just black. Anodized.
Yep.
Most people still shoot. Everything I have is still black anodized.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, except the Rob rifle, which thank you Timber Creek, and that's the only reason it has some colors in it. It's like, nah. I mean, I'd like to think, oh yeah, just give me all these color options. Real life, no, you don't use them.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, it's like, hey, they offer it in the white. So if you do know you're putting something together, and it is, and you are already know that you're going to have it Cerakoted or something, yeah, fine. Or, if you're a Cerakoter builder, hey, that's fine. You can save a few bucks.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, I think you're right. I think they gave you, you said because of the gas block, you can't fit anything under it. So that's useless to you. But hey, whatever, man. It is what it is. Plus, I think there's other things that don't use a gas block, like if you're using like for a 22 or something, right? Do they 22 ARs?
Yeah, or a 9mm 45.
Yeah, pistol caliber
the,
caliber.
yeah, Zane's favorite pistol caliber pistols.
Oh, yeah, he loves that.
I love those.
But yeah, those don't use a gas block, so of course they would work then. But like I said, it's useless for me. But hey, that's just me. So now
All right,
we'll get
cool.
into the product spotlight and discussion. We got some kind of cool stuff today and some weird stuff. So, and I switched the order around. Not that anybody on the podcast cares. But first up, we have the Azimuth AZTP 22 matched barrel receiver set. MSRP on this is $467 plus. And I put plus because the amount of options they have is a lot. You really need to go look at the show notes or go check out their page. Then you can see what it is. It is essentially a match grade 1022 receiver and barrel already pre-assembled. You can also get it with or without the bolt, depending on which option you decide to choose from. It also, you can get it with a Bent's match chamber or just a standard sport chamber. All threaded barrel, non-threaded barrel, fluted, all this kind of stuff. But basically what it is, their receiver is 70-75 aluminum. Tolerances as tight as a half a thousandths. They say it's a true parallel receiver. It has internal rail design to prevent bolt canting. If you've ever had a 1022, you know that the bolt can kind of cant a little inside it. It makes for a smoother running action. The bolt is a matching assembly if you order it with the kit. The receiver has a built-in Picatinny rail on the top, and let's see, what is it? The receiver and barrel as a mated pair with matching serial numbers to identify the set. Their bolt is an enhanced bolt if you get it milled from 1714 stainless, heat treated, high hardness, low coefficient of friction coating. Features a titanium firing pin, music wire spring, and a sharp milled extractor, which is kind of nice sometimes. It is compatible with 1022 OEM receivers and bolt handle assemblies. Now the barrels, you can either get them in 416R stainless or 4150 steel. They are button rifled, chambered to the Bent's or sport chamber. They are custom hydro lapped, which is kind of what's super cool about these also. They say it's a priority honing and polishing process developed by them. You can maintains concentricity of 2000s or less, and then they turn the barrel after they have hydrolapped it to give concentricity to help dampen the barrel. You can get it either threaded or unthreaded because, of course, you need it threaded for your suppressor. But there is also, on their website, there's a thing to the hydrolapping. It kind of explains the process better than I can. My assumption is basically is they run like water with super fine honing through the barrel to get to lap it, and they say it's so you get a smoother lapping than by hand lapping, because hand lapping you're doing it by hand, so you can't be absolute consistent. Now that we did that, I'm not even going to go through the options they have. But I saw they were making these. I like 1022s. They're like the ARs of the 22 world. One thing I did not mention is if you buy one of these, they do the barrel clamp is also precision machined and they torqued the barrel on to specifications. I think like 45 inch pounds or something. I don't remember exactly, so don't quote me on that. Oh, 20 inch pounds. Sorry. I guess I'll let Tony kick in here.
Yeah. All right. These are really expensive 1022 light rifles, but dude, all right. You know how much fun you can have with a 22. You know how versatile the Ruger 1022 is. But when it comes to precision 1022s and precision 22 rifles, dude, this sport is off the hook. It is like a small version of the precision rifle sport. Like, people are real serious with this. And I mean, truthfully, looking at all the options they give you, and you still haven't passed like $700 with all their options to get pretty much supposedly superior accuracy and all this. It's not marketing hype. I mean, the stuff they're talking about is real and about real accuracy. But I don't know to give them props or to say something bad. They don't give you an idea of how accurate it is. But yeah, like I said, a lot of these, or like I'm thinking in my head and I haven't said, a lot of the accuracy guarantees different companies give are like dependent upon if you put it in a clamp and use like match grade barrels on the inside where there's no wind, and and use match grade ammo. But I just think it's really cool. I don't know if anybody else follows Major Pandemic, but he went on a whole thing a few years ago where he decided to see how many extremely accurate Ruger 1022 builds he could do. And it was just ridiculous, like the grouping you would get, like one whole group's at 50 yards with 1022s, and then just taking it out even further. And the only thing is you and accuracy in the glass you use. You know what I'm saying? So I have nothing bad to say about this because it's a niche. I mean, if you want to get into real accuracy stuff and not spend a gang of money, this is one way to do it. I mean, this is really one way to do it. I mean, you don't even break $1,000 with, something like this, a stock, and then drop some decent glass on it, and you can just precision shoot pretty much in any range in America.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing is like with everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of companies making 1022 chassis now. You could put this in an aluminum chassis for, $350, or you could buy one of the Boyd's at one stocks. Those things are like, I don't know, what are they, like $170 or something? You get an adjustable cheek piece, something like that. You could make a really nice rifle, and for what you're spending, yeah, it's more than a lot of people if they just want a Plinkin 22. But, I could see myself buying one of these just because. I mean, it's a little more than I want to spend, but I could see myself doing that because I like 22s enough, and trying to shoot them accurately at like 200 yards, something like this is cool.
Well, I think it's safe to assume that these will outshoot most people.
Yeah, probably. And
especially with good ammo.
And that's the thing with 22 ammo is, even with match chambers, there's so much difference in 22 ammo. You really need to buy all the really good match ammo and find which your rifle likes best.
You guys are obviously wrong, because a guy on the internet last week told me that any decent shooter with a decent rifle should be capable of a 10th MOA group.
Don't even know what that means.
No.
But
that's Streamland.
No, it's probably it's internet. But here's the cool thing about their stuff: you can buy components separately and just slowly build your rifle to your 1022. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can pick up all these parts and start putting them in one at a time in your 1022, and you can see the difference in accuracy as you build it. It also has a match chambering, and it has a sport chambering.
Yeah, you can get whichever one you want.
Barrels that are not meant for CCI mini mags or 60 grain projectiles. So yeah, I mean, it's I was talking to somebody, and his wife actually participates in 22 precision matches.
Yeah.
And he was talking about, like, she buys, like, you have to go through lots of ammo to find out which one you want. I think it's pretty cool because it's still less expensive to get into than any other precision rifle shooting. And you can do it on many more ranges and have a lot more fun. And then you can go to an Appleseed shoot and just show off.
Yeah, no kidding. Talk
Oh.
about an Appleseed rifle.
Yeah, I have to shoot a 1-inch target at 25 yards. No problem. I'll spell
That
my
big,
name
huh?
in the 1-inch block. I'll spell my name in it.
Draw smiley faces.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I think it's pretty cool, but it is niche. But if you want to check it out and slowly build something, and you already have a regular 1022, boom, there you go.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, that was the Azimuth AZTP 22. Now we'll get into another rimfire. Savage has come out with their minimalist series, so I put the 93 R17 in here because we already had a 22, so why not? These things, I like the idea, but in my opinion, they're ugly. So now I'll go on and tell you more stuff.
Oh, okay, I'm glad you said that because it's so ugly. I was hoping I wasn't the only one who thought that.
Oh no, that's part of the reason I stuck it in here. Of course, it is a 17 HMR, or you can get it in 22 WMR or 22 long rifle. But the HMR one has an 18-inch barrel. It is a bolt action. MSRP is $359. Of course, they're carbon steel. It comes with a 10-round magazine. It is right-handed. Length to pull is 13 3/4 inches. They are removable box mags, if I didn't mention that. Overall length is 37 inches. This particular one is a brown wood laminate. They make one that's kind of a green and brown and gray wood laminate. Same price. They weigh 5.48 pounds. They do have their regular AccuTrigger adjustable from 2.5 to 6 pounds. They do come with a 2-piece Weaver base. I believe they do have a threaded barrel also. I don't know if the page I have in the show notes says that, but one of the others does. So they are threaded half 28.
Yeah, it says it on your link, and you put in here half 38, half by 28.
It's right there. I don't know how I didn't see it, but
Yep.
but they have this weird cutout on the rear underneath the stock. I guess you could put bags or something, but it makes this gun ugly. Besides that, I like the Savage 17s. I have one of just the original ones. The thing shoots lights out. Great little varmint guns. This is just kind of, I don't know why they call it a minimalist. Maybe because of the stocks cut out. I don't know. But I saw this and I was like, what the heck did they do? I mean, do you really save that much weight?
The finish looks really nice on the stock.
Yeah, if the stock was a normal stock, I think it would look a lot better. Now, because even the forearm looks nice.
Is it just me? Is it just because it's cut weird, or does the comb height on that stock look really, really low? Or is it just because of the way it's cut is an optical illusion?
I think it's probably because of the way it's cut. Because I think it's about the same.
In this picture, it looks low, but it's such a weirdly shaped stock. It's hard to tell.
It's got that little bump. So I think it's I think it's okay. I think it's about where it should be.
All right then.
But yeah, that
are
weird
they calling
cutout.
this a thumb hole stock in the? That's what they're calling it. In the description, it does not look like a thumb hole stock to me.
Yeah, it doesn't to me either.
Because there's no hole where your thumb would go.
Yeah, I'm thinking their copy and paste editors didn't quite get that right.
So maybe it's not threaded half by 28.
I guess I'm guessing that probably is, because Savage has been threading stuff for quite a while, so I don't know why they wouldn't. But besides that, it's not a bad price. It's a laminate stock, so it is better than their like cheap plastic ones. Besides that, I don't know. If you're into that kind of stuff, take a look at it. I wouldn't. To me, it's a no-go with the stock.
Well, it's funny because if you look at it, it looks like a World War II or between World Wars submachine gun. Like it's like after the Thompson, but before the grease gun. Like weirdness with the mag sticking out. But it also looks a lot like the Thompson Center TCR-22.
Okay.
Now we had that on the show before, and it looks like Savage went, "Hey, that's pretty cool. Let's see if we can do it in bolt action and do a laminated stock." Oh yeah, and stick a magazine on the bottom. Yeah, it sucks, but I think it's not really good looking at all. But I mean, I have Savages. I have a Savage. You know they're accurate, but it is not a pretty gun.
No.
The wood looks good, but not a pretty gun.
Yeah, that's exactly. It's like, oh, the wood looks nice, but go ahead, Zane.
I was gonna say, and if that cutout's there for the purpose of weight saving, don't use a laminate stock.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I'm not sure what the purpose is. I don't. Unless it's for aesthetic purposes, in which they missed the mark.
Failed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have nothing bad to say about the rifle. I haven't actually shot one of these particular ones, but like I said, I have one of their 93 R17s. So
yeah, I would ditch the stock and just stay with the action.
Yeah, that's the thing is, me personally, I wish it would have had just a full stock. I would have been much happier.
Yeah, I mean, I dig Savage. You said they're threaded or not threaded?
It says they are.
I'm sure you can get them not threaded if it's better to your state's rules.
That's probably yeah.
And hey, guys, over at Savage, if you're gonna write something in white lettering, don't put it on a white background. I'm just saying. I'm like, what the heck? Because I was looking it up and I did the initial thing on my phone, and I'm like, why can't I see half of this? Yeah. You have white lettering on a white background for half the name of the gun.
I and it's at the top. It's not like somewhere at the bottom where you're not going to pay attention.
No, it's the main banner, and I'm trying to find it, and I'm like, what the?
Yeah, because like I look at the main banner on mine right now because I'm at the half window, and you can read the 3R17 minimalist brown.
and again, I do the poster or whatever for a lot of the shows. You don't have a full-size picture of your freaking gun on here. So I actually had to go to another website to pull a full-size picture of your firearm. Again, Tony always talks about the website. Yes, because as someone who wants to check something out, this is where I go, your website. I'm like, y'all need to hey, listen, call Tony over at Artisan Tony. He does my website. He might can hook you up.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, well, I guess we're done with the minimalist Savage. So next up, okay, I don't know. I put this in here for I don't know what reason. POF USA has come out with their P19 pistol frame. MSRP is $219.99. It is a Gen 4 enhanced Glock frame, so to speak. Of course, it's Glock compatible is basically what it means. It does come with it comes stripped, flared magwell, contoured grip, interchangeable backstrap sizes. That's kind of nice. Accessible mag release, meaning it's cut out around it.
Oh, okay.
That's right. It has grip texture, of course.
That's nice that the magazine release is accessible.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Let me finish here. It's got a slide stop guard. Okay. Extended beaver tail, enlarged cold weather trigger guard. Yeah. Okay. I get that. Forward thumb ledges if you shoot that way. Single locking block pin, and it's a proprietary polymer blend. It is a 19 size frame, as you could probably have guessed. There was something I was going to say about it that I heard. Is this the one that will fit standard Glock holsters? It might be. Oh, and it's got a standard pick rail at the front, not the Glock pick rail.
So probably won't fit standard Glock holsters then.
Well, it's still a rail, and they don't. So I think dimensionally they're pretty close. It's just where the holes are. But I could be wrong on that, so don't.
It only has one cutout on this rail.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
That. The thing that got me was
that looks more like a Glock rail than a standard.
Yeah.
In the picture.
Right, and yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. But yeah, it does look more like it. But hey, I didn't make the thing. The thing I got is okay. It's Gen 4, and it's got interchangeable back straps. But we're looking at $220 for a stripped frame. That's what gets me. I'm sorry, POF, but that's where if this was like complete, like all the parts except maybe our trigger were in it, yeah, okay, but no, not for that price for me.
I mean, I don't disagree, but if you sent your frame off to get this work done to it, how much would it cost?
It would cost what 120 for a polymer 80.
No, I mean if I take my frame and send it to a company, that's the thing. Yeah, if you bought a Glock frame, like
hold on,
they're like $100, right? And then you send it off. Yeah, you're gonna to have it laser engraved,
have it stippled, get a double undercut cut in,
right?
I mean,
yeah, you're gonna pay probably more. I will agree with you there.
Or you can pay less and just go to Grey Ghost Precision and pick up the combat pistol frame for $169, and it has all this on it too.
Or wait until they go on sale and they give you something
cheaper.
free.
Yeah, I think it is. The price is high, but I don't know. See, I like this kind of thing better than I like anything 80% because I've said it 100 times and I'll say it again. I'm not a gunsmith or gun manufacturer, so I want my gun made by someone who is.
You can get serialized polymer 80 frames.
Yep,
that's right. You can't you?
They're the same price as their regular frames.
So the only thing I'm seeing them bringing to the table that's different than anyone else besides their higher price is the fact that theirs is for Gen 4 parts.
And not the adjustable backstrap.
Well, that's because it's Gen 4, I would assume.
That would be my assumption too, but over the Gen 3s. But yeah, that's and the thing is finding Gen 4 slides, etc. is harder than Gen 3, but they're out there.
Doesn't Grey Ghost have a Gen 4?
Yeah, they
just have Gen 4 slides.
They have Gen 4 slides.
They don't have Gen 4 frames?
I don't think so.
No, I'm looking at it right here, and it's Gen 3.
I gotcha.
Yeah, so will not fit Gen 4 or Gen 5 slides.
Okay. See, and I'm not a huge fan of Gen 3 Glocks. I don't like the size of the grips. So, but again, I wouldn't pay this, so I don't think. So
yeah, that's where I'm at. I mean, POF made it, so I'm sure it's decent. I mean, I don't doubt that it's not a decent frame. It's just not for me, and I'm sure it is for a lot of people. So that's
No.
And
I think there's enough. I think there's value here, but I don't know. My Gen 4 frame was done by myself, and I will probably never do that again. But it is functional,
right?
So there's that.
Yep.
A lot of money to spend, and you only have again the choice of black when you can go with 3 different finishes over here at Grey Ghost. Brownells also does a serialized one. You can pick up the serialized 80% or polymer 80 on Brownells for less money. I'm just saying, hey, look, great. If you want to do Gen 4, if you want to do that, I guess this is the only game in town that I know about to use is Gen 4.
There's another one, and I can't remember what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's kind of the big thing with me is because I don't shoot Gen 3s nearly as well as I shoot Gen 4s, and it sucks because the Gen 3s have the biggest aftermarket. The other thing is if you're going to go to Gen 4, you might as well just go straight to Gen 5 because it's even better and it's the same. They're both skinnier. The Gen 3s are just a much bigger grip.
And that's where like the aftermarket ones come in because not all of them are.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
hey, if you want to buy it new, go ahead and knock yourself out. But I'm, as a tactically thrifty dude I am, I'll try to pick up a Gen 5 something, send it in and have work done, and
Yep.
just have a new gun all the way around if you need that. I mean, I'm just
Yep.
saying.
Yeah.
Hey, but build guns, have fun, do whatever, man. I don't even know what's better than Golden Age, but I don't even know how we can get any better with the options we have.
We should
No.
we should just call it like the space age.
Yeah, dude, it is amazing. It is
The-
amazing the different options we have. I was doing something. Oh, I was posting on something else. I was posting on the NRA ILA site, and just some of the stuff from our shows. You know what I mean? And I'm like, this is just so cool. On one show, we hit pistol, rifle, shotgun, and like bolt action rifle, all in one show. Like 5 different guns, all of them were one cooler than the next. And I'm like, we don't know how lucky we are, man.
I'm gonna rename it. We're gonna start calling it the Nebula Age.
Nebula
of
8.
firearms.
Well, people go with that whole golden age thing. I just remember mostly from comic books when they were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, the golden age of comic books." Well,
Yeah.
this is amazing. I mean, because I've been in this game reading
Especially-
magazines and books since the 70s, dude, and the options were like pathetic. You could have a Smith and Wesson 9mm steel gun, or you could have a Colt, or you could have a Browning high power. I mean, that was it with semi-autos, or you
And-
could
If
have
you were super cool, a Beretta.
yeah, and I'm
Well,
talking in the
not in the
70s.
70s.
I'm talking
not
to the 70s, bro.
Yeah, no, not in the 70s.
I'm like 70 because again, I went into this early reading old school, Soldier of Fortune magazines picked up at the
Shotgun News.
Goodwill and Shotgun News. Yeah, you can get like a Spanish Star surplus.
Yep.
But look at what we have now. So yeah, I think it's pretty freaking amazing.
Especially if you're a tinker and you like the aspect of building stuff.
Mhm.
See, and I will classify myself as that. I like messing with stuff and building stuff and changing stuff, which actually works out well for, getting products into review.
Right.
Because
also
it
this.
worked.
I want the gun to come to me completely together. I just got to pick it up and shoot it.
Right.
Yeah.
Pick it up.
Can
And
y'all
that's-
sight it in for me, please?
But here's the crazy part. You have that option, or you have an option where you pick up a Glock or an AR and just, for the most part, can order parts and just drop them on. Like the level of gunsmithing you would have needed to add aftermarket parts to a 1911
Mhm.
was insane. I mean, you need to put in work. You got the Brownells catalog and you got those horrible, well, I don't know if they were horrible, but gunsmithing courses on VHS.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
you had to put in work to modify anything, and now it's like I can go down a shopping list and pick up parts from like 3 different places and drop them into my Glock Gen 3 or in this case Gen 4, and just build a pistol with like an
Yeah.
amazing trigger on it and a match grade barrel and a this and a that. So yeah, I just hope all you guys out there appreciate the awesomeness that awesome age we're living in now. And shoot, if what do you call it, 3D printing works out, it's about to be stepped up another level.
Well, once 3D printing that is affordable to print like metals for the home user, like I'll put a plug in for that muzzle brake I have, the Nero from Walker Defense. It is 3D printed Inconel because you can't machine it the way they made it. And if you can get that material, that type of stuff at home for inexpensive, you could literally print a whole gun that is strong enough.
How crazy would that be? Instead of buying a gun, you can buy the design online and just build it at home.
Yeah, you go buy powdered metal and build it.
Yeah, the code and powdered metal and make your own.
Exactly. Can't stop the signal.
Nice.
Nope.
So that was the POF P19. We do not have any listener feedback. So that means it's time for Tony to tell us about next year's diversity shoot.
Next year's diversity shoot schedule will be up and made pretty much between now and the beginning of next year, because I'm going to have flyers made with the different places and hopefully have them in gun ranges. So what I'm going to talk to you now is about December 15th and the 2A social media rally. We need you to use your social media to go, hey, on December 15th, we're all calling and writing all of our representatives up and down from local to state to federal and say no to more gun bans and red flag laws. We're trying to do it all in one day, so everybody's bombarded by this. If you don't have your legislators' names, you can go on diversityshoot.com. I have it on their front page, and contact these people. Write one letter and send them to all of them. Make phone calls. You have all day. It's a Sunday. Oh, it's a Sunday. What's going to happen? It's a Sunday. You're going to blow up their freaking voicemail, and you don't have to worry about them picking up the phone. If you're nervous about it, just leave a message. Hi, my name is John Smith. I'm your constituent, and I would really like you to not vote for any more gun control laws. And if you do, I have no problem not voting for you next election and campaigning for a pro 2A candidate. That's it. No threat, no cold dead hands, no Molon Lave. All you got to do is tell them to vote no.
I actually
From the rooftops.
Yeah, on my phone, I was running it through. I have a list of all my federal, state, representatives, senators, even the ones that don't represent me but are in my state.
Yeah.
It's like it has phone numbers, their capital address if you need it, their email, and their website, or it's actually the legislative website. But, it's everything you need. I think half of it came from the links in Tony's site. But the other half I already had. It's just his were updated because, people get voted in and out. So, and
Yeah,
I
guys.
even have the governor on there because, hey,
Why not?
why not?
And even if you live in a pro-gun state, there's no reason to not let those people know, hey, do not support anti-2A stuff. Tony, why do you do this? Bro, we're doing great. I mean, look at what's happening in Virginia right now. They have almost, 30 counties plus that are 2A sanctuaries. Meetings are going on all month. Supposedly, by the end of the month of December, they have 90 more town and county meetings throughout the state of Virginia that are pretty much, they're going to become 2A sanctuaries. We have to be politically active. This is the time to do it. Use all that boogaloo energy we had from the New York boogaloo that didn't kick off, and just make the phone calls, guys and ladies, and write a letter. It can be real simple. It doesn't have to be crazy. Matter of fact, the more simple it is, the better it is. And just get it out to your people. Again, go to diversityshoot.com if you need that information. Artisan Tony, if you don't know, follow his YouTube channel, please do. He's in the 2A advocacy, and he wanted to help me out. So he helped build my site, and we put it right on the front page. So you can click on it, go to it. They have a page for 2A social media rally on Facebook and Instagram. Join it if you want to, because a lot of people are coming there and they're doing things like putting up letters that they wrote. You can copy and paste if you're nervous about it. We're trying to make advocacy easy, but we all have to participate if we want the civil right to continue. There's 100 million gun owners in this country. If we blow up their phones and their emails on one day, they will come in Monday morning and poop themselves because they realize they've gotten phone calls and emails for about 2/3 of the voters in the last election. That's significant political power. Exercise it. Make this happen. December 15th, call, write your elected representatives, and you can find all that information on diversityshoot.com. Thank you for your time.
Awesome. So send questions, comments, or feedback to gungearreview@gmail.com. Remember to go pledge your support for us at gunandgearcult.com. Subscribe on iTunes and leave us a review if you would like. It would help us with their whatever things they do over there. And if check out all the other shows on the Firearms Radio Network at firearmsradio.tv. Be sure to visit the Firearms Insider for more reviews. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Firearms Insider. And of course, thank you for listening to the largest pound for pound podcast on the Firearms Radio Network. And we are out.
Bye, guys. Two A4